There's my name. Hello. Let's see what do we got. Ding dong. Oh, love the ding dong. Hi, Drina.
Hi.
How are you? Just checking the hair.
Awesome.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Hi, Jay. Nice to have you on. Oh my gosh. Hello, Crystal. Hey, Shannon. The people are popping on left and right.
Hi.
Hi, Shannon.
Happy Aloha Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Aloha Tuesday.
Hi, Trina.
Hi, Shannon.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, guys. Hi, Clarissa.
Hi, Crystal. Hey,
Crystal
Jay.
Brittany.
Hey,
Brad.
I hope you guys have pen and paper because actually, hi, Clarissa. As I was going what I was going to talk about today, I thought, oh my God, this is actually too much. This is too much what I want to talk about. So I'm going to have to probably cut some things back, but it's all amazing. Shannon, you know what? Once we get everybody on and the screen is wonderful, I keep forgetting to get a screenshot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't know how to do that. I got to learn. Let's see. So you know what happened today?
No.
Monumental thing happened today because, you know, I've had golden retrievers. That is my dog, is golden retrievers. I've had golden retrievers for
Omar.
That's my dog. Well, today went out and my daughter was eyeing this collie at the pet store and started at 2 months. Hi, Omar. Started at 2 months, and then the dog became 2.5 months, and then 3 months. And we'd go and we'd visit this dog, and oh, this is my dog, and I'm like, not at $2,500, it's not. So then everybody's coming on, so I'm just telling you a quick thing here. So anyway, now the dog is 5 months old, and it hasn't been sold at the store. So finally, it was the day to go in. And I'm just, you know, I've been in Herbalife too long that I cannot buy things at full retail anymore. You just, when you're at 50%, that's all you can do, right? So anyway, they were going to adopt this dog out now for $700. So what did I do?
Brought home the dog. What else would we do?
Yeah, but what price did I get?
Probably got it at 50% off, like a supervisor.
Which was actually more because the dog, I think, started literally at 2,800. And I ended up with the dog only at 350. Which is pretty amazing. And this dog is purebred, and he
That's a great deal.
In a dog show. But anyway, to get a collie was a major thing in our household because I've always just had golden retrievers. And by the way, I have put my dogs on the products, and they've done amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got joints too, right? The joint support literally helped my golden retriever with his joint problems. But yeah. And you know whose dog probably is the best dog of the product?
It's Moose.
Moose, Evan's dog.
Yeah.
Moose brings a shake. He makes a shake every morning. I told Evan it was time for him to put that back on Facebook. And he drinks this huge shake every morning, and Moose cannot wait for the shake. So we all have to see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, bingo. It's time to go. It is go time. And you know what? I had all these wonderful notes, and then guess what I did? I dropped them right before. So hopefully they'll be long. So first of all, we got to give some shout outs. And one is Omar's person. Omar.
Yes.
The 16-year-old, how much total has he lost?
He's lost a total of 30 pounds.
Wow. And what weight did he start at? What was his beginning weight?
His beginning weight was at 290.
Wow. And just 16 years old, right?
Yes, and that was a result of 3 months. There was 90-day plan. He lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
What was his starting weight, Omar?
290.
290 pounds. But to get a 16-year-old to, to start getting into healthy eating, healthy habits, healthy lifestyle, that is a real major accomplishment. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's doing really good. I'm so excited.
That's huge impact right there, man.
Yes, it changed his life forever.
Yeah.
Now you have impacted his life in such a powerful, positive way that will affect the rest of his life and probably saved him from diabetes down the road, high blood pressure, all kinds of stuff as he continues to lose and get healthy. So kudos to you. And who's the guy that got him going?
Pedro.
Pedro,
Yeah.
Okay, then Shannon, your person, is it Kate? No. What's her name that lost the most weight this past week?
Oh, Christy.
Christy lost how much this past week?
6 pounds.
I think it's 6.2.
It was her niece last week, remember?
Huh?
They're like Luana and Christy, they're auntie and niece.
Ah.
So Christy is the auntie, Luana is the niece. So last week it was Luana.
So then Christy said, I'm gonna beat my auntie.
Yeah, they're having good, fun competition in their thread.
That's wonderful. So here's the deal, everybody. I'm going to be doing a meet me after class tonight, and it's going to be a couple things, and I'll tell you what it's going to be a little later on down the road. But today, what you're going to get, I actually am going to put on my teacher glasses. Today, what you're going to get is some pretty phenomenal stuff. We're going to talk about 7 foods that should never pass your lips. And you guys know me that I don't like to say anything about you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. But that's actually the title of what this is 7 foods that should not pass your lips. You'll understand why in a minute. Also, I'm going to give you 8 foods that speed up weight loss. And what's interesting about the 8 foods that speed up weight loss, it's also that it's pretty much runs hand in hand or neck and neck, so to say, with the 8 foods that are good for your cardiovascular health. So we are going to talk about cardiovascular today. That's a part of moving and grooving. But also, when you understand how unbelievable your cardio, like last week we did digestion, right? Digestive tract. But when you really understand how powerful the cardiovascular system is and the heart and how important it is, I think you're going to look at it and view it in a whole different way that will make you have more appreciation for it. So thank you for having quietness in the background. I really appreciate that. I'm happy to see Marcy is on. I actually am paying attention to the phone numbers. I normally don't. But we're going to go through this. And then I gave Coach Rosie a break this week. She'll be talking next week. And she's going to be talking about how she lost 20 pounds in a very short period of time, and also about food prepping, which I think is very important. Clarissa, you could actually do a class on food prepping too. You've made some beautiful things there, Clarissa. So I might need you to come on and talk next week. Surprise! Okay. Okay. So I think that these statistics, even Miss Clarissa, who's the fitness trainer, this might even be surprising to you. So I want you to get ready to start writing down, because I'm going to start showing you how phenomenal your cardiovascular system is. And what's so amazing is, and the highlighted product this week is Nightworks. And I'm going to be putting, this product is so phenomenal. I don't think it gets talked about enough, because it's not just about your cardiovascular system. Nitric oxide actually works in all 60 trillion of your cells. Write that word down, 60 trillion. You have 60 trillion cells in your body. Nitric oxide, which is the most abundant, it's not a chemical, but abundant element in your body is nitric oxide. And it does a lot of different things, and I'm going to explain. So first of all, I'm going to explain Louis Ignarro, who is a Nobel Prize-winning doctor, who is the only Nobel Prize-winning doctor with any nutritional company. It's with us. And this is from his research, and his name is on the label, and a lot of our other cardiovascular products. But I just want to explain the difference. So when somebody has high blood pressure, right? Normally what happens is their arteries get really small like this. See that? And then what high blood pressure medication does is actually thin the blood to go through that little cramped space. What Nightworks does is actually open up your blood vessel to allow the blood flow to go through. So I'm going to tell you real quick what happened to me back in 2004, which is when this product came out, because I didn't know I had a problem until it was corrected. And this was a problem I had since I was in my late teens, early 20s. My mother had poor circulation. My dad had poor circulation. My mom actually had, when she was in her late 30s, had varicose veins so bad they actually stripped them out of the legs, which was a very painful thing that they used to do. Now they do laser, which is a total different thing. But she had a lot of pain. So anyway, what happened was, by the time I got in my early 40s, when I would get out of bed, I looked like Frankenstein's wife. My daughter Bridget just said yes. So she's in the background. So I would get up and I would start walking and my legs would be very stiff like this. And it would take me a while to get them going. And after 4 days of using 2 scoops of the Nightworks in the morning, 2 scoops of Nightworks at night, the 4th day I woke up with no pain in my legs, which I thought everybody had pain in their legs. I thought that was a natural thing. And it was so insidious because it happened in my early 20s and went through and you don't even realize it's a problem. But after the 4th day, I woke up and could get out of the bed with no stiffness in my legs and I could walk with no pain. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. So I really believe that I had what's called PAD, which is peripheral arterial disease. It was never diagnosed, and normally you have to be super bad in order to get that diagnosis. But I used to have poor circulation in my hands, poor circulation in my feet. And what was also interesting is I had right underneath my chin, which is where this blood vessel goes through, there was this huge bruise like this. I didn't even notice it. It was a huge bruise, and what it was the blood vessel that had broken. And after I was on the Nightworks, it cleared up, and I used to have a blue vein that was going through my face here, and it all cleared up. It was just phenomenal. But it made sense that it opened up my blood vessels. Now, here's some facts about the heart now. So if you were to take your capillaries, veins, and arteries and lay them end to end, I mentioned this before on a training, but I'm going to give you more statistics. When you do that, it actually goes more than 5 miles, more than 20 miles, more than 2,000 miles, more than 4,000 miles. It will go 64,000 miles, which is wrapping the earth with your artery, veins, and capillaries 2.5 times around the earth, which is phenomenal. Okay, so here's what's so amazing. Your heart only weighs 9 to 11 ounces. That's it. And yet, every hour, right, it's made mostly of muscle. That's why protein is important, right? But every hour, your heart, which is 9 to 11 ounces, performs enough work in 1 hour to lift a 3,000-pound car, okay? And your heart, write this down, your heart beats in 1 day. I need the dogs outside, Bridget, if it's possible. I'm the only one home today. Your heart will beat in 1 day. Omar, take yourself off. How many times do you think your heart beats in 1 day? Give a guess.
Million times?
How many?
Million?
Oh, 1 million? Your heart would be going a gazillion hours. Shelly, Shelly, how many times do you think your heart beats in a day?
I don't know.
write this down, 101,000 times a day, your heart beats. And what's so amazing is you don't have to think about it. In your lifetime now, Omar, in your lifetime, your heart will beat about 3 billion times and pump 800 million pints of blood in that period of time. Now, what's also amazing is that heart disease and blood vessels, the diseases of the heart and blood vessels are now leading causes of death in the United States. More than twice as many people die of these diseases than all forms of cancer, and more than half of these deaths are by heart attacks. What's also amazing is that the human heart is fully developed in 8 weeks. From the time you are inside your mom, in 8 weeks, that heart is fully developed. That's how important the heart is. Okay? And this is phenomenal. Okay, so we've got 64,000 miles of blood vessels and arteries and veins and all that. And guess how long it takes your heart to pump that blood all the way through your entire body? And every single 60 trillion cells in your body. How long does it take?
Wow.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Under a minute. Under a minute. Yes, that's phenomenal. So the thing is, now you understand the importance of the heart, okay? And what's so amazing is people know more about their car and how their car works and take care of their car better than their own body, and this is what we live in. This is what gets us around, okay? So
That's true.
was that a couple new statistics for you, Clarissa, Miss Cardiovascular Guru, right? And I know how much you love your heart because you get that thing pumping every day. That's right. Okay, so now I'm going to talk. So it's important to understand what's going to harm your heart as well as what is going to help it. This is phenomenal. And by the way, people think because it's called Nightworks, you only take it at night. No, I actually take this 2 to 3 times in a day. I take it morning, afternoon, and evening. Yeah, pretty much. But it's a phenomenal product. I can't say enough. And it helps me get rid of some of the varicose veins that I had going on in my legs.
Hey, Carla, would that help someone with fibromyalgia, you think? If they're like having trouble circulating?
Okay, fibromyalgia, I'm not a doctor, but what I've noticed is, yes, it will help with circulation, but fibromyalgia, I have found mostly a food sensitivity to gluten and also dairy. Those two things
Gluten
together.
and dairy.
Those two things together. So it would behoove this person 1 week to get off of it and to use the core nutrition along with using the Nightworks and see if feeding the body those proper things might help the body work better. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what's clean eating? You hear the word clean eating, right? Clean eating is, write this down, choosing fruits, vegetables, and meats that are raised, grown, and sold with minimal processing. Okay, they're often organic, and they rarely, if ever, contain additives. But in some cases, the methods of today's food producers are neither clean nor sustainable. That means the food that's in the grocery store. By the way, this week what I'm doing is I am going to do my grocery store, and I am going to take you through the grocery store with my little video camera phone that I now know how to use. And I am going to take you shopping, and I actually know how to stop it and start it, so this is going to be great. And I'm going to do healthy shopping, okay? And then I will have all the food and I'll lay it out. So that'll be fun. It'll be my first time ever doing this. Okay, so now what happened was they went around and they went to experts in the field. So the first one to find out what foods would they avoid. with all that they know. So number one, this is part of the 7 foods that should never pass your lips. Number one, what the taxologist won't eat is microwavable popcorn. And the reason, the problem is that there's chemicals, there's chemicals including, you know, the PFOA, that's what they call it now. PFOA, it's very hard for me to even pronounce this thing, but it's in the lining of the bag. And it's a part of a class compounds that can be linked to infertility, according to recent studies in UCLA, also causing chemical causing liver and testicle and pancreatic cancer. Study shows that microwaving causes the chemicals to vaporize and migrate into your popcorn, and they stay in your body for years and accumulate there. So the solution is to do the old-fashioned way, like I taught you guys the other day, with the kernels on the skillet. And using olive oil, and then, yes, I'll take your question. Olive oil, and also using regular butter. And I'm going to talk about butter. Yes. Question. Somebody said, Carla. Am I hearing things? I could be. Was that you, Shelley?
No.
Okay. So number two, what the farmer director won't eat, non-organic potatoes. So he says the problem is that root vegetables absorb herbicides and pesticides and fungicides that are in the foods, but it goes into the potato. By the way, if you've ever opened up a potato and it's already black and rotted in the middle of it, then you know you got way too many chemicals in that potato.
Yeah.
How you've cut open a potato before, and in the middle it'll be like a black hole? That's the reason why. So they spray the herbicides, and there's so much chemicals in the food. So what they do, actually what potato farmers do, they actually will plant their own potatoes in a different soil, in a different field that doesn't have all the chemicals in it. So the best thing to do is to have organic on that one. Next, number 3, what fishery experts won't eat is farm salmon. So the doctor, David Carpenter, who's the director of the Institute for Health and the Environment at the University of Albany, published a major study in the Journal of Science on contaminated fish. The problem is that nature didn't intend the salmon to be crammed into pens and fed soy, poultry litter, and how do you say that word? Hydrolyzed? There we go. Chicken feathers. As a result, farm salmon is lower in vitamin D and higher in contaminants, including carcinogens, PCBs, bromated flame retardants, pesticides such as dioxin and DDT.
Wow.
So the risk of cancer is very high, but here's the deal. So switch to wild-caught salmon in Alaska. So you need it to say wild-caught. Canned salmon, almost exclusively from wild catch, can be found as little as $3 a can. Number 4, what a cancer researcher won't drink. Milk produced with artificial hormones. So this guy who is the Campaign for Safe Food at Oregon Physicians for Social Responsibility and former CEO of the Oregon Division of the American Cancer Society, the problem is milk producers treat their dairy cattle with that RBGH, which is recombinant bovine growth hormone, to boost milk production. But what that RBGH also increases is udder infections and even pus in the milk. It also leads to higher levels of hormones called insulin-like growth factor in milk. And people have high levels of IGF, and it may contribute to breast, colon cancer, and prostate cancer. And it says how the RBGH, it was thought that that it doesn't get broken down in the human digestive tract. So what they say is go with the organic. If you're going to drink cow's milk, go with the organic milk. But you guys know how I feel about cow's milk. Okay. Number 5, organic food expert won't eat conventional apples. So the problem is fall fruits held the most doused in pesticides, and apples would win. Why? It's because of how they graft it, and then they do a bunch of resistant sprays to the pest, and they spray them so frequently. Farmer workers have a higher rate of many cancers because they work around it, is what they found, by being exposed to it. And it says, and increasing numbers of studies are starting to link a higher body burden of pesticides from all sources with Parkinson's disease. So the solution is to buy organic. Okay, how do you guys like this so far? Is this helping you?
Good.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
stuff that you never hear about, right? You think, oh, I'm going to buy my kids some apples. Well, this gives you another thought of what type of apple to buy. Number 6, what an endocrinologist won't eat is canned tomatoes. So that would be like the canned tomatoes that you would get at the store. And the reason why is because the tin can contains, I can never pronounce these things, but it's a synthetic estrogen that has been linked to ailments ranging from reproductive problems to heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. So that's where the BPA, you've heard of BPA?
Yes.
That leaches into your food. So that's why they have some cans, and that's why using jars, glass jars, is important, like what Clarissa does. But, so the metal. But the study showed that the BPA in most people's body exceeded the amount that suppresses sperm production and causes chromosomal damage. Okay, so choose tomatoes in glass bottles without the resin linings. Okay, last thing here is what the farmer won't eat. Corn-fed beef. And there's this, cattle evolved to eat grass, not grains. But farmers today feed their animals corn and soybeans, which fatten up the animals faster so they can go to slaughter quicker. And they also can lower their prices at the grocery store because it costs less to feed them that than to have a pasture with grass in it. So what they said, the best thing, of course, is to buy grass-fed beef if you're going to eat beef. But anyway, that kind of gives you just some insight into maybe some of the foods that you might be eating. Yes, Omar.
How about the organic beef? Is it?
Yeah.
Is that one okay?
Organic beef, but make sure that they were grass-fed.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so where are we at? Oof. Okay, I can only give you a couple of these others, and then I'll have to save it for the other. So what I have is I've got 10 foods that are really good for your heart. And what's interesting about these 10 foods that are good for the heart is it goes along with the 8 foods that help with weight loss. So let me grab that. Where did it go? Because it all fell on the floor right before, of course, I got on my call. Here it goes. All right. So number 1 for weight loss, speed up. And this is also in for the heart. And that is soy. And that is what the formula number 1 has in it, is soy. Shoot, I need the other ones of this. I don't know where it went. So soy. So they call them green gems that are rich in choline, which is a compound that blocks fat absorption and breaks down fatty deposits. So that's what the soy, so that's a great thing that we have in our formula number 1. It's also in our protein bars. It's also in our beverage drink. Number 2, almonds. They found that people that ate 3 ounces of almonds every day reduced their weight and body mass index by a solid 18%. And almonds are high in an alpha linoleic acid, which speeds up metabolism of fat. Helps burn fat. Number 3, berries. So berries. So remember I told you about berries as far as being the lowest in glycemic. So berries help, and the vitamin C loaded fruits such as raspberries and strawberries can sizzle up to 30% more fat during exercise. So before you work out, berries are the best thing to have. So what I like to do is put a half cup of the berries, blueberries or strawberries, right into my shake. Number 4, cinnamon. Cinnamon, that spice could make your waistline nice. So what you can do with the cinnamon, real cinnamon, is sprinkle it right into your shake, okay? And I'm trying to go quickly here. Next is number 5, mustard. So the spice that gives mustard its color is turmeric.
Turmeric.
Thank you. Which may slow the growth of fat tissues. That was a study done in the endocrinology, Journal of Endocrinology. So you want to kind of move out the mayonnaise and move in the mustard, okay? Next is oranges. They prevent pounds creeping up with this citrus star. It contains fat torching compounds called flavonoids. But you got to watch how much, right? You got to watch how much oranges you eat, because they also have what? They also have simple sugars, so it also has the carbohydrates in there. So that gives you some insight here. And I know that my time is running low, and but I wanted to give you guys, I think that you probably feel stronger now about your heart, wanting to make it move and groove. We're going to be talking. Yes. And the great thing is, it's just about getting your heart pumping. So even if you're sitting watching TV and you start doing your arms just in circles like this, you're going to find that your heart starts pumping. Do it frontwards and backwards. Exactly. So
Right.
that's good, Shelly. So there's things that you can do if you don't feel like you're that. Yeah. If you feel like you can't be that mobile, you can do things literally in a chair that can help getting your cardiovascular going. But I'm talking about something as simple as 15 minutes out the door and 15 minutes back. Take your dog with you, they'll love you. On the Meet Me After, what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to be able to help you guys. I want you all to come on there, and I want you to tell me what your biggest challenge is. And I want you to really bare your soul to me, right? As far as what you might need help with. And I'm going to coach you one-on-one. But whatever questions you bring is going to help everybody else that's there. So to give you the Meet Me After is 712-770-8022. That's 712-770-8022. And the conference code is 517-286. 517-286. Okay, so I'm going to be on there. I want you to, because, we're coming into the home stretch, like the Kentucky Derby, right? And some of you might feel like you're running on a sloppy mud track and you're not going as fast as you want. Some might feel like it might be raining on them. Some might feel like it's a sunny day and it's a dry track and they're able to go as fast as they can go. I want you guys to come on, because I'll tell you what, I've had people that maybe didn't have the best start and maybe they were a little bit inconsistent, but once they got their consistency and really came in the home stretch, actually surpassed people that were doing better than them. So it's like the tortoise and the hare race, right? So it's not about it. This is not about winning the money. It's about doing the best. Although the money is great, I'm not saying it isn't, but it's about doing the best for you, making internal changes, making things happen for yourself to make you healthier, happier, and getting into a better mindset, better lifestyle, getting your heart going right, getting your digestive tract going right. And Herbalife makes it fun, simple, and easy. And because it's fun, simple, and easy, it's magical. That is how Herbalife works. So I will do the meet me after class with you guys. I loved talking with all of you. Coach Rosie's going to come on and tell you about what she's doing with food prepping and how she lost 20 pounds in a very short period of time, and she's getting ready for her bikini challenge. I got major props for that, man. Biggest thing she's afraid of, and she's conquering it. I give her kudos. So, all right, I will see you all after. State your name, where you're calling from. This is Carla from California. Who are you and where are you calling from? Open up your mics.
Omar, Long Beach.
Shannon, Hawaii.
Clarissa, Vegas.
Drina, Kansas City.
Where are you from,
Celeste
Kelly?
Temecula.
Yay.
Crystal from Murrieta.
Shelly from Kansas City.
All right.
All right, we will see you right after, everybody. Clarissa's from Vegas, baby. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.